refrigerators seem to be the ones that cook the GFIs the most. So I'm just going to be showing you how to set these online so that the fridge is no longer on the GFI. The GFI works a system of line and load. The line comes in, and then any outlets down the string of outlets is on the load side. So line and load. If I put in them all on line, that means the other outlets won't be on the GFI, but this is only a requirement for outlets that are close to water. This outlet will still be on the GFI. And so we're meeting our considerations that we want to for the GFI, and there's no need for the refrigerator to be on this GFI. Anyway, we'll pop off the outlet cover here and pop off the outlet. I'm going to reset the GFI and you'll hear the fridge kick on. There it goes. So now we know we have power there. And when I turn out the power for this GFI, we'll know because the fridge will turn off. So that's a somewhat, or going to be a somewhat easy way for us to verify that the power is off. Anyway, pulling it out here, a lot of times there's not a lot of room. And on my units I'm finding that the bottom ones are the line and the top one's the load. But you want to verify, look at the back of the outlet, make sure that you're actually putting them all on line. You don't want them all on load, you want them all on line. And that'll leave these two outlets on the GFI protection, and everything down the road will just be connected via the back of the outlet. So we're going to turn off the power at the breakers. I can bring you for that. And you'll be able to hear the fridge turn off once we get the breaker, correct breaker. So here goes. Kitchen, dishwasher, garbage disposal. Got a good chance it's here. There it is. Fridge turned off, we're good to go. You can just turn them all off for safety if you want to. I'm okay with just turning that one off. But in some situations, you may just want to turn them all off. We've got our ground wire here, and we've got our line and load. Just using, I should have brought my phone, but I didn't. But again, to loosen the line up here, that should allow us to pull the top wire out. It's in there pretty tight. And usually you have two ports on each spot. Two ports on the bottom, two ports on the top. Sometimes you'll have more than one set of lines. And in those instances, you may need to make a jumper wire. Anyway, there's my two. And we're going to peek at the back of the outlet here and make sure, like I was telling you. Okay. Now see, hopefully you can see this here. You see how it says load on the top one, line on the bottom one. I'm going to want to loosen the bottom ones so that I can slide the wires into them. There's the bottom one on that side. Again, we're going to put them all on line here. And on the other side, this just clamps the wire in there. And this one's gotta be a stubborn one. Let's switch to the flathead just to get this going. Come on, buddy. Gonna be a stubborn one. Okay, well, things don't always go according to plan, especially right before quitting time. So I'm gonna need to replace this particular GFI. But the good thing is I was able to get my flashlight, so that'll make this a little bit better. And verify that our power is off, which it is. And I'm gonna rewire it. Here's my new GFI, and here's what I was telling you about right here, where you can see line and load here. So on this one, line is both on top. So we're gonna put everything on line here. This one doesn't have the quick port holes like the other one did. Actually, this one's on the bottom, but it's labeled upside down. So just to make things interesting for you. You can see the ground holes here are on the bottom. So yeah, they just made that a bit confusing. But anyway, there's our line. So that's where we're going to be running these two. So here goes. Disconnect the old one. And on that bottom one, I'm going to have to cut the line and restrip it, which is no big deal. Loosen these. And still can't keep that one loose. Able to pull it out. Cut off a new section there. And on our ground wire, just loosen that one up. There we go. Okay. Fun, fun, fun. It's a little bit easier when you're putting them on line because you're not needing to determine which one is the load. They're both going on line, so no big deal. But when you're hooking up a GFI, you want to make sure you've got your line would be your voltage, and then your load would be your outlets that it's contributing voltage to. So that's important when you're hooking up a GFI. All right. So we're going to strip this up. What we've got on the back of the outlet is a little legend that tells you the strip gauge. So you can see right here, and you can make sure your gauge is long enough for the wire. And that's good there. Okay. So, just like on a traditional outlet, black is on brass and white is on silver. And then our ground is on the bottom on this one. So we'll loosen it up for the ground wire. Ground wire just gets slid in right here. And then connected on right there. Okay. Once we get it anchored in there, we're good. Okay. Now we can insert our hot wires like so on the opposite side, and our neutral wires on this side. There. Okay, and then we'll tighten down those wires. Nice and snug. And now we'll do the other side of the hot wires. And we want them to go under that plate there and sit all the way in, like so. Tighten it down nice and snug, and we're good. Now everything's online. And this way the new refrigerator's not on the line. And we got our ground wire in there. And now we're going to fold our wires in and reinsert our new GFI outlet in. And I have to take off the beautiful flashlight, switch back to the ugly drill. Well, not ugly. There we go. There we go. And before we put our cover on, test it out, make sure everything resets how it was. How it should. I'll leave you here for that. You'll probably hear the fridge kick on. Well, I may have to reset the reset button first. Well, let's turn the power on. Oh yes, and that's right. We don't need to reset the GFI because it's tripped here. Even though we show this thing is super sensitive and there's no sensitivity adjustment. It just, you get that far and lets you know there's power there. But anyway, now we can reset the power just to this particular outlet. So there we go. Now this power is reset. You can see the test light button here. If we test it and we reset it, and there we go. Anyway, now our fridge is on the GFI and we're all set there. Nice new GFI. I'll just reset our cover here for safety and to make it look better. And now our fridge is not on the GFI. The GFI is on its own test. The fridge has bypassed the GFI. Basically what happens is right there, the two wires just meet up, go into the fridge, and then they supply power to this GFI outlet, which is on the GFI for safety. And that's how you can rewire the GFI outlet so the fridge is not on that circuit, or any other items are not on the circuit instead of line and load. And I'll show you our old outlet, which I will be shortly throwing in the trash, but you can see here we've got line, we've got load. So now that our deals are online, they're just connecting power across as if there was no break in the line, and then the outlet's on that power. Line and load, good to go.